So welcome back. If you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. When God sends you somewhere, it is always for a reason. Whether it is to have those people realize something about themselves which is not in alignment to what the Most High needs them to be in, or whether they just need a boost of help to make them move forward in their lives easily after trials and trials because of accumulated number of not really fair deeds done by their own siblings, and because they are associated, they get a brush of the trials. It is up to that population to understand their mishaps and rectify them so that they can get the blessings from God. But if they just see you as naive and someone who could be taken advantage of and try to go behind your back, using you for their own advantages and forgetting the lesson they are supposed to take, they will either perish or put under heavy burdens. They might not be able to come out from and go on leading miserable lives. If they collaborate with you and do what is right and follow their intuitions in the right way, they will be rewarded. However, most of them fail because of evil habits they accumulated over years, because they tried to blend in with what they thought had the power to allow them to go on existing on earth. And these are habits that they could easily leave, but just that they thought that it would not work to their advantage. So they did not want to let go of their toxic behaviors. They are looking at all that they had accumulated from toxicity and want to keep that as well, as use you to get to the good for which you might be bringing with you. But when they do that, what they are getting is also going to end up as toxic because of the way it was achieved. It wasn't achieved in a fair way. And anything toxic does not last for long, let alone toxic personality where it ruins everything and destroys the owner. And anyone carrying any kind of toxic behavior is bound to just end up being like a narcissist. Real narcissists do not like to be called narcissists because they feel the pain and shame of being called that. Because for so long they've been carrying a mask, which is what gives them the name of narcissists. If anyone revels in the thought of that they are being called a narcissist and they take pride in it, then there is a chance that that person had been under a narcissist abuse and thinks they are taking revenge for what they had gone through, only not realizing that they are just finishing the job of destruction to themselves started by the narcissist who abused them. Most of us tend to be provoked into taking on characteristics of narcissists, thinking that we are protecting ourselves from them, only that with repeated actions we ruin the beautiful good attribute we have just in the name of wanting to get back to the oppressor. So we need to be mindful not to start applying the same punishment to other innocent people who might have no connection to what we have gone through. Because the perception that is won is the perception of not differentiating good people from bad people. And you end up mistreating anyone who come in, even those who just might be of help to you. Because you test a little bit of the power that you could possess over someone else by doing what the narcissist used to do to you. I hope this makes sense. Because you are sent somewhere to certain people generally to create change in that environment. But if you end up being changed as well from what you feel had been unfairly done to you, then you end up not being any different from that particular group. That lesson was not only for them, but also to teach you a lesson about how you should be perceiving things and being mindful of what is right and what is wrong, and being able to differentiate a good deed from a bad one, and to choose the right action to what you are experiencing. Your reaction to whatever you're experiencing is very important. How you react. You can either react in a good way or you can react in a bad way. You can even transform yourself into being like a narcissist, just like them, in order to get even with them for whatever they had done to you. But you have to be mindful of what you are choosing, because you had been sent there for a reason. And you are there for a reason. It's not like you went there of your own accord. Look and see if it's making you better or making you worse. Better in the sense that no one is harmed by your actions, which could either be done egoistically or from your deepest soul. If it's done egoistically, it's definitely going to harm some people. But if it's done from your deepest soul, intentionally, it's definitely going to benefit you as well as other people. Look at what you are trying to exactly fulfill. Is your intention egoistic or for the sake of being a good servant to the Most High? And that's where we all fall into the trap of egoism most of the time, when we end up in an unfair kind of a situation. We forget our mission, we forget why we were sent there. And then we decide to become just like them, the other negative part. And that's when our shadow selves prop up and start doing all kinds of weird things. Anything with the intention to serve the Most High in the best way is good, as long as you do not unfairly do your you do not unfairly do your actions. So I hope this helps to move on. I'm not saying you overlook what unfair thing is done to you. Just be mindful of how you react to what you experience, because narcissists are very good at turning people into their own kind. Like we see the narcissist parents turning their kids into a copy of themselves. At least they try to do that to one of their kids. It's not like they don't know that they are doing the wrong thing. They know that they are doing the wrong thing, because when they're about to die, especially those last days, most of the narcissists end up being like repented characters, because they know God informs you before he takes your soul. You are informed at least 40 days before. And so if you're about to die, if you are a good servant, you are informed and you get to be able to say goodbye to your people. But sometimes if you still insist on doing bad things, you will overlook that information. It will be informed to you, but you will overlook it. So I hope this helps somebody, because you have the power to either break or cultivate what exists. And so just let us all be mindful of the gifts that God has given to us. Let's use them wisely. Everybody in this world has got a gift. Everybody. God created all human beings with a gift. He gave each and every one of us gifts. although it might be differing differing from one character to another, but we all have gifts, and it's either we use them well or we misuse them. So till next time, take care, have a lovely day, and God bless.